Nathan?
Yes?
2022 is going to be the year of the pickup truck.
It's an incredible year for pickups. There are so many innovations, so many new trucks. It's hard to choose which one is most interesting.
Yes, and in this video, this is one first of the series.
Yes.
We're gonna tell you guys and show you guys exactly how we're gonna stay on top of it. And this is our long-term truck purchase update. And we're gonna show you first the 15 new or updated pickups that are coming.
Yep.
And then how we chose the trucks we chose. And some of them we will buy, and maybe others we'll try to loan.
That's right. So in some cases, we are using our own money. We're going to be selling trucks to buy trucks. This is what we do. As much as I would hate to get rid of some of our long-term trucks, this is the only way we're able to get other ones in here that we can properly use over a year or even more in some cases.
Yeah, and it's all because we're trying to bring you the most accurate and also long-term reviews, real-world reviews, because you guys often ask us, well, what happens after a year?
Yeah, exactly.
Or what happens after 10,000 miles?
Or even 6 months.
Yeah, so this is exactly why we're doing this. And let's go down the list first, introduce the trucks. There are 15 of them. And then pare it down. And of course, we cannot buy 15 trucks. I mean, if we could.
We would love to.
But we cannot.
That's right. Now, remember, these are either brand new, all new trucks, or they're significantly updated.
Winter is right around the corner. It's almost the end of riding season, and the last thing you want is to brave the cold without any hair on your head. Male pattern baldness affects an average of 2 out of 3 guys by the age 35. The best way to keep your hair is by treating it before you lose it. Rather than going to a doctor's office for hair loss products, Keeps lets you consult a licensed doctor online so you can figure out which hair loss plans best suits your needs. After that, your order is shipped directly to your front door. Keeps is an affordable solution to prevent hair loss, and a single order lasts you 3 months. Hundreds of thousands of guys are using Keeps, and their reviews say it all. If keeping a full head of hair this winter sounds like a good thing to you, visit keeps.com/TFLtruck or click the link in the description below for 50% off your first order. That's keeps.com/TFLtruck. Don't let yourself go bald. Stay warm with a full head of hair.
The first one on the list is the 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz. This is a compact pickup, and I think that's fair to say because it has a bed.
That's right. I like to call them pickup crossovers or crossover pickups. That's essentially what it is. It's a crossover with a pickup bed on it. That's not really a truck, but at the same time, it does have greater capability than your average crossover. And in this case, yes, it has a small bed, but there is extra utility because of that small bed.
And many, many years ago, you were there, I think Detroit Auto Show.
2015, I think it was.
Where this truck was first teased as a concept.
Yeah.
And of course, here we are. Production trucks are already rolling off the line.
6 years later.
And actually, it's been on sale for a couple of months already.
That's right.
So it's a compact truck that's based on a crossover SUV, but it's a little trucklet.
Trucklet,
so
crossover pickup.
Here's another trucklet, and this is the 2022 Ford Maverick. Once again, all new, like the Hyundai Santa Cruz, has never existed before. Also based on a crossover platform, an SUV platform, shared with the Escape and the Bronco Sport.
That's right. Now, keep in mind, even though we moved on from the Santa Cruz that had 2 powertrains available, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, some other stuff, same thing with this vehicle, 2 powertrains available, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and a hybrid front-wheel drive version. And it makes it unique in terms of the class.
Once again, really big news, right? But we're not done yet. This is just 2. Number 3.
Bigger now.
We're stepping up in size to mid-size segment. 2022 Nissan Frontier is an all-new vehicle. It's been about 16 to 17 years since the last generation started.
Right. Now, keep in mind that there are some carryover components. The powertrain was actually introduced last year, but it is relatively new. So it's a 3.8-liter V6 engine with a
9-speed.
9-speed. I was going to say 10. 9-speed automatic transmission. They ditched the manual transmission, but this still is a Nissan Frontier, essentially, heavy-duty frame underneath for a small truck, and it is in a class that is extremely competitive.
Yes. Next on the list is this, the 2022 Tacoma Trail Special Edition and or Tacoma TRD Pro.
Right.
These are not all new trucks.
No.
They're small updates, but they're still important updates because the Tacoma is the best-selling midsize truck in the country, in the U.S.
That's right. This is not only the best-selling vehicle or pickup truck that they build, Toyota, but it is the best in its class, and their demand is so high, they're actually building it in several different places.
Yeah, and they're selling over 250,000 of these every year in the United
despite
States.
its age.
Yes. So that's important. That's also on our list of considerations. Then there's another truck that's actually a new trim level, and it is the new 2022 Chevy Colorado Trail Boss.
Trail Boss. So it's not a ZR2, if you were wondering.
Yes, and it's also not a Silverado.
No.
So we're still talking mid-sized trucks. This is basically a leveling kit, some tires, skid plates, off-road gear on the Colorado truck. And the Trail Boss name hasn't been in the Colorado space, at least recently, and it's a new trim level.
It basically goes between was it Z71 or ZL1? Is that
Z71?
Z71 and the ZR2. It sits right in between the two.
Totally, and it's new truck, like we said, 15 of them. Next on the list is the 2022 Ford Ranger Splash. Splash, it's a name from the past.
It is indeed.
Yes, it's a blast from the past, but it's kind of a little bit more of an appearance package, also a little bit more affordable than some other packages they offer.
Mm-hmm. And if you think about it this way, some of the top of the line, the Tremor and some of the other versions of the Ford Ranger may be a little out of your price. The Splash does come with some interesting little goodies to it, and it makes it a little bit more appealing for people who are in the volume market.
Aha. Now, let's step to the full-size segment, and the first and perhaps one of the more significant trucks is actually the Toyota Tundra. It's all new for 2022.
We had an entire week dedicated to this truck, and
yes,
we've been pounding you over the head with this truck. Why? Because it is all new. Almost every component on this truck is new, and it has new powertrain, it has new interior, new exterior, new frame, I believe, too, right? I mean, it's really all new.
Yeah, well, actually, some of the engineering team members, including Mike Swears, the chief engineer, said they touched every bolt.
Yeah.
And everything, all new. Next on the list of these trucks, and now we're in the full-size segment, is the Chevy Silverado ZR2, which is also the refresh of the truck, but also a brand new model, the ZR2.
That's right. So we're talking about not only a upgrade in terms of off-road package, and it is a serious off-road package because it has front and rear lockers, it has a suspension upgrade, very similar to the upgrades that were used in the Colorado ZR2. Think about it in an enlarged package. And on top of that, you also have new styling up front, you have a new interior. So this truck is not all new, but it's very new. How about that? Or mucho new.
Yes. Also on this list is the F-150 Tremor, the Ford F-150 Tremor. It's actually technically came out as a 2021 model, but it's just hitting the dealers just recently.
Yeah, and just recently we did a bunch of videos with them.
Yeah, so it's also within our consideration.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, there's the new 2021 Ford F-150 Raptor that we covered extensively already. Also, the GMC Sierra AT4X and the new Denali Ultimate. And actually, all the GMC lineup has been refreshed as well.
That's correct. And we have a video that you will be able to see that talks about the GMC trucks. And that is on TFL Talk. When is that? That's coming out really soon. So you guys will be able to see that real soon on those trucks.
Yeah, so we have several things. We have like a personal walk around of the new Sierras and also our podcast.
That's right.
Which is awesome.
And it covers a lot of the details. So I think we're at the point now where we need to let the cat out of the bag. What do you think?
Just hold your horse. Ram 1500 Backcountry is also on
forgot
the
about
list.
the Ram.
Yes. Also EV trucks, the GMC Hummer EV, the F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1T, and also in heavy-duty space, the Super Duty has a new interior. So that's 15 trucks.
That's a lot to choose from.
Okay, so you're saying we need to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. At this point, people are freaking out and they want to know.
Yes. So the first truck, and by the way, we are going to be, we want to get up to 5.
If possible.
5 of these.
Yeah.
So the first one is the drum roll. The 2022 Toyota Tundra.
That's right. The Toyota Tundra will become ours.
Yes. So first of all, why?
Well, once again, it is an all-new truck in its class. A lot of the other vehicles that it's battling against are not necessarily all new. This is from the ground up all new, and it needs to be thoroughly tested, and it needs to be done, well, by us.
Yeah.
So tell us about the trim and why we got what we got.
Yeah, totally. And like you said, it's been 14 years coming. The
Right.
previous generation was around for almost 14 years.
Right.
It's a new truck. There's a lot of demand for this because the technology has been upgraded, like you said.
Seriously upgraded.
Everything is new. And the way, and everybody is asking us, what happened to the V8? The V8 went away in the Tundra. Is it going to be reliable? Well, it's a Toyota, so we hope so, for sure.
We hope so.
But how do we know for sure? Well, we get it for long term.
Exactly.
So this was very important to us. We also want to be first. So we zeroed in on a truck that was a truck that you might buy, actually. So we went directly for the SR5.
Right.
The SR5 is not the base truck. That's the SR. But the SR5 is just the next level up,
Right.
Which you can equip with a TRD off-road package, which has a rear locker.
Yes, thank God.
Really important to us because we will go to Utah, to Moab, to Colorado off-roading.
Oh, we're gonna be
we will
off-roading.
do all of that,
Yeah.
all of those things. That was very important to us. Also, towing is very important to me,
Right.
as you know. So towing package was very important. All of that we could try to do.
Right, but why didn't we do the hybrid? This is the non-hybrid version of the truck.
Exactly. So what Toyota is doing with the hybrid version of the twin turbo V6 that they have now is it's a slightly later introduction. They're saying March, maybe April, or the first to second quarter of next year.
Right.
But we want to be first, guys.
Yeah.
So we couldn't wait till March or April to bring you a TRD Pro.
And it's we're doing it in a more affordable, realistic fashion instead of going for the absolute top, most expensive truck.
Yeah, and we spoke with every manufacturer that we listed here. Literally every manufacturer we just talked about, and we either asked to work together for your benefit,
Yep, for
to
you.
get the truck either on a long-term loan, potentially, we're not made of money, or try to purchase it, right?
Right.
So we try to be selective. For the Tundra, it worked out in such a way that they didn't have a truck available that they could just give to us for a year.
Right.
So that was not available. That wasn't one of the options.
So option 2.
So option 2 is we felt it was very important, so we decided to purchase one. Then Roman and I were actually discussing this, and we thought that the technology piece was very important.
Right.
So we wanted a 14-inch screen. So once again, we're working with Toyota. We asked them, the configurator is not live yet. So we're a little bit limited in the information that we can pull down. And they said, fine, we can do an SR5 with a big screen, which we actually saw at the event. But then what Toyota was telling us, and we're working with a dealership actually at this point, they said you will have to check every other box. And once again, we don't have the exact price on this yet either. We're like, well, that's not what we really want to do.
Right. We want more affordable truck that has just the 3
We
or 4
don't want to
basics.
check every box on an SR5. We may as well just get a limited, and the limited is the next level up.
Right.
We didn't want the Platinum. We didn't want the 1794. We couldn't get the TRD Pro.
Right. That's not available yet.
It's a hybrid. So we said, well, let's configure maybe a very, very, affordable, limited version of it.
Right.
So this is what we're narrowing down on now.
Okay, so to summarize, it has the off-road package.
Yes.
It has the tow package.
Yes.
And it has the larger screen package, I guess you could say.
Yes. And obviously, it's going to be the star of the show. We wanted a bright color. So all of that is coming. We still don't have, all the ducks are not in a row.
Right.
But we're getting them in a row. Trying to herd all the cats and make sure that we bring it to you.
That's right. So once again, we're buying a Tundra. And we're doing it because you guys want it. We have had more emails about the Tundra than I ever expected. and a lot of requests from you guys to do certain things with it. So if we're able to get something that sits in the volume, you know, where people actually buy the truck as opposed to the ones that are way out of reach for, you know, average Joes like us, this just makes a lot more sense. And that's why we're doing it. And we're trying to be first. We're going to get all the testing in. We're going to do everything we can to get every inch out of this truck for you.
And also, this gives us more flexibility, actually, using our money. And like you said, we could sell some of the vehicles we have now.
We're going to have
to make all of this work, obviously. So we have more flexibility because we can keep it longer. For example, if it was a loan, there would be a deadline where we would have to turn it in.
6 months or a year or whatever.
Yeah, right. We may not be able to modify it in some ways.
Right.
By the way, modification could be part of this.
Yes.
So we could potentially modify this Tundra. After a while, we don't want to do it first. Obviously.
No. We need to test it all, everything else. But there's some real potential here and stuff that other people would do with it.
Yeah. And the Tier D off-road package was very important once again because Bilstein shocks, rear locker, really cool equipment and new equipment as well.
Do we get stickers too?
Tier D off-road stickers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sold. There you go.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. So what we want to do is once a week, right there on Saturday, we're going to show you one of these videos. You're watching the first episode of TFL Fleet Update. This is our long-term update.
Right.
By the way, we're not ignoring any truck.
No.
So every truck will be on our channel. We just may not be able to do long-term things with each one of them, right?
But we are going to announce next week, from the time you've seen this video,
the second one,
the second truck that we're getting.
Yes. So stay tuned for next week. That's coming also, and more excitement is going to. I promise you.
Yes.
Yeah. When I talked to Roman initially, at first we were like, "Well, what about like 1 or 2?" He's like, "Let's go 4 or 5." So I was like, "No." So anyway, so there you have it.
We're going to have to work really hard to pay this stuff off, man. But the good news is we already have a fleet, so a lot of those will go away and they'll be replaced by these things. So stay tuned for the next episode, guys. I think you'll be impressed.
Thank you.